The three numbers that predict your financial future. Have you ever looked at your bank account, checked your paycheck, looked at your bills, and thought, am I actually doing okay financially? Or am I completely screwed? Because here's the thing. Most people think their financial future is determined by how much money they make. They think the people who end up wealthy simply got lucky, landed a high-paying job, or started some wildly successful business. But what if I told you that's not actually what predicts your financial future? What if there were just three numbers that could tell me more about your financial future than your income, your job title, your degree, or even your age? And the crazy part? Most people have absolutely no idea what these numbers are. Look, I've seen people earning $40,000 a year become millionaires, and I've seen people earning $250,000 a year living paycheck to paycheck. So clearly, income alone isn't the answer. Today, we're breaking down the three numbers that predict where you'll be financially 10, 20, and even 30 years from now. And number 3 is the one almost nobody talks about. My name is Zach, and I spend way too much time thinking about personal finance, wealth building, and the hidden patterns that separate people who become financially free from those who stay stuck. If you're someone who feels like you're working hard but not getting ahead financially, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Let's get into it. Number 1. Your savings rate. Now, if I asked most people what determines wealth, they'd probably say, income. But that's wrong, at least partially wrong, because here's what most people don't realize. The amount you save matters far more than the amount you earn. Imagine two people. Person A earns $50,000 per year. Person B earns $120,000 per year. Most people immediately assume person B is going to become wealthy. But let's keep going. Person A saves 20% of their income. That's $10,000 per year. Person B saves only 2%. That's just $2,400 per year. Who becomes wealthy? The person making less money, every single time. This is where it gets really interesting. Researchers have repeatedly found that savings rate is one of the strongest predictors of future wealth accumulation. Not income, not education, not even investment returns. Savings rate. Because savings rate measures something much deeper. Discipline. Delayed gratification. Behavior. And behavior is what drives financial outcomes. Look, money is surprisingly simple. If more money leaves your life than enters your life, you're going backwards. If more money enters your life than leaves your life, you're building wealth. That's it. The math isn't complicated. The psychology is. Because saving money means saying no today, so your future self can say yes tomorrow. And that's incredibly difficult, especially in a world where you're constantly being told to buy more stuff. Every app, every advertisement, every influencer, every company, they're all fighting for one thing: your money. The average American spends thousands every year on purchases they barely remember making. Subscription services, food delivery, impulse Amazon purchases, convenience spending. Tiny leaks that eventually sink the entire ship. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Zach, but I don't make enough money to save. And that's a fair objection. Because some people genuinely are struggling with income. But here's what separates successful savers from everyone else. They focus on percentages, not dollars. A person saving 15% of a small income is building a stronger wealth habit than someone saving 1% of a large income. And habits compound. Just like investments. Let's say you save $500 per month, invested at an average annual return of 8%. After 30 years, you'd have roughly $745,000. Not because you found some secret investment, not because you got lucky, because you consistently created a gap between what you earned and what you spent. That's what wealth actually is. The gap, not the income. The gap. And if you don't know your savings rate today, that's your homework before this video ends, because this number alone tells you a tremendous amount about your future. But it's not the most important number, not even close. For that, we need to talk about number 2, and this one might completely change how you think about money.